we just dealt with a major issue in my house. My son is afraid of David Bowie. Look, I'm not the hugest David Bowie fan. I like the hits and everything. Like, if you come up here and try to talk to me about some like deep cuts, it's not gonna happen. But David Bowie did my favorite thing that any musician has ever did. He took my two favorite things, which were rock and roll and science fiction, and he fused them together and made them one, and I will forever be indebted to that guy for that. But my son is afraid of David Bowie because of the movie Labyrinth. So, if you don't know, Labyrinth is a movie. There's 3 human beings in this movie. There is Jennifer Connelly, a young Jennifer Connelly, David Bowie wearing a Tina Turner wig, and then some baby that nobody knows about. So, and the premise is that the young girl's younger brother gets stolen from Earth, from this realm, and taken into a weird alternate universe by the Goblin King, played by David Bowie. And my son has watched this movie like a million times because it's my daughter's favorite movie, and at some point he got old enough and smart enough to realize that it's her favorite movie because she identifies with the protagonist in the movie, who is the young girl who is saving, the entire movie is her saving her younger brother from the clutches of the evil Goblin King, who just snatched this kid out of a crib using magic. So what happened was one day, my son comes up to me, it's bedtime, and he's got the quivering lip, which is both adorable and heartbreaking at the same time. And I said, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "I don't want to talk about it." And I was like, "Talk about it." And he goes, "All right, is magic real?" And I was like, "No, magic is not real," because I saw where this was going. And then he goes, "'Cause you know Labyrinth?" And I was like, okay, I know what's going on here. And he goes, "I'm just afraid that guy's gonna make me disappear using magic." And I was like, "It's not gonna happen, everything's fine." Put him to bed, he was cool, talked him out of it. But this happened like once a week for like a couple of months. And then at one point I was just done with it. I was like, I can't have my son be afraid of David Bowie. That goes against everything I believe in. And so I was like, I'm ending this tonight. And I sat down, I laid down in bed with him, I got on my phone and I went on YouTube and I just started looking up David Bowie videos because I was like, if I just show him that he's like this cool rock star guy, then he'll understand. So I'm thinking Ziggy Stardust, right? He's got that superhero makeup on, he's got that kooky outfit. And I put on the video for Ziggy Stardust, which is one of the most terrifying things that I've ever seen in my life. Because it is him in that makeup and with that kooky outfit on, and he is standing against a black void, apparently to represent space. And I think he might have been forced to film that video at gunpoint because he is like just singing the words with it staring directly into the camera with no soul behind his eyes whatsoever. I was like I have nightmares about that now. And then I was like, oh, Let's Dance, right? That's a super upbeat song, it's super positive, like nobody doesn't like Let's Dance. That video can't possibly be creepy. And I put the video on, and it's David Bowie, and he's in a bar, and he's playing a guitar, and he's got a bass player next to him, and he's smiling, and he's wearing regular guy clothes. And I was like, this is it. And then they pan back, and they must have filmed that video in Bakersfield, California on a really intensely low budget because the rest of that bar is a bunch of jacked up looking meth head dudes. I mean, no, they just gave each one of them $20 and they were like, just dance. And they are dancing to the music in their head, not the music that David Bowie is playing. And so then I remember that in the 80s, David Bowie did a video with Mick Jagger for the song Dancing in the Streets. And this video, if you haven't seen it, what it is David Bowie and Mick Jagger professing their undying love for one another using the lyrics of the song Dancing in the Streets. And so I put the video on, and they are dressed in relatively normal clothes for the 80s, and they're smiling the entire time, and there's no creepy weirdos except for them. And they dance through the streets, and it's upbeat, and they sing the song, and there's water squirting at some point, and then they're kicking off the curb, and it's beautiful. And at the end of the video, I look at my son and I said, "Are you still afraid of David Bowie?" And he said, "No." fucking terrified of Mick Jagger. And I said, as you should be. As you should be. Thank you very much.